With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Back trackside once again here with the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. What's better than horsepower at Road America? It's the Freedom 74 here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave gonna bring you all the calls from this massive, almost 4-mile road course nestled in beautiful Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Absolutely wonderful track. If you didn't catch some of the action from this past Sunday, well, you missed out on a great race, and we're gonna have a great race here tonight. Qualifying session already underway. Drivers beginning to turn in those time laps, so I'd tell you what, let's go ahead, get rid of that track information, and let's see if we can't throw some of these time lapse over there to the left hand side of your screen. Just about 5 minutes remaining here in qualifying for these drivers to lay down a time lap, and that's where it's going to get crucial. That's where it's going to get interesting. That's where it's going to get meaningful and big. Road course racing. If you have a single off-track moment, you get that left side, possibly even a right-hander as we look down just past the big carousel. I believe that would be possibly turn 9, turn 10. Maybe right there, just below on your screen. You dip those right side tires off. Well, that lap not allowed does not count. So drivers going to have to be very keen, very aware of keeping all 4 Goodyear on the racing surface. You don't want to venture off, and it's going to be tough to keep that momentum and that speed through Canada Corner in the kinks. A lot of high-speed turns here at Road America, and some of the slowest turns as well. So very technical track here tonight. Going to throw these drivers for a little bit of a loop as the music will slowly begin to fade away. We'll slowly begin to have a more clearer picture of who's going to walk away with the pole award here tonight so far. Nobody turning a time lap. It takes well over 2 minutes to turn in a time lap here, so drivers are going to have to be on it as well as being cautious. This is where you really got to toe that line. And it looks like we have one driver turning in a time lap so far, Tyler Gentry in that 7 machine. He's going to take the top spot as Jason Blaney, last week's race winner from Nashville. You remember Blaney taking the win at Nashville Superspeedway last week. Here with a Pinkett Ford Cup Series, looking to repeat in a very different scenario here tonight, lefts and rights all around this road course. We'll head to Atlanta Motor Speedway, New Hampshire, then Pocono in the upcoming week. So keep that in mind, keep that marked down on your calendar, and with just a handful of minutes remaining here in qualifying, I tell you what, we've got 4 drivers out there with a time lap. They're going to continue on their second time lap. Nicholas Pressey, Christopher Whitaker, Christopher Stang, as well as Ryan Farrell, all out there on track. But we're going to get rid of some of that track time for just a moment. Why don't we jump into some of your point standings coming into tonight's race, race number 18. After tonight, we will be halfway through season number 2 here with the Pinkett Ford Cup Series, and leading your championship standings coming into tonight's race with a 29-point lead over his competitors. Jaden Gimble sitting top of the points charts. Gimble not in the field here tonight. Nicholas Pressey right there running in second. He is in the field, so he's going to make up some ground and some points on Gimble. Pressey, one of the drivers yet to hit victory lane so far this year, so tonight could be a big jump of the point standings for him. Ryan Farrell right there, Tommy Schaefer, Matthew Baker rounding out your top 5. Then we get a little bit further down in the points, a little bit further down in the running order. Charles York, Adam Wood, Wesley Jeanette, John Freeman, Randy Henshaw, your top 10. Henshaw sitting about 250 points behind Gimble. That's how consistent and how solid Gimble has been over the course of the opening 17 rounds, going to victory lane 3 separate times. 12 different winners so far here in season 2, so a lot on the line here tonight in the Freedom 74. Here from Road America, and we'll get right back into your qualifying order. There you can see, left-hand side of your screen, Wesley Jeanette with the quick time tonight. 2 minutes, 11 seconds on the stopwatch. That's a full 2 seconds faster than his closest competitor, Tyler Gentry. Christopher Whitaker right there in third, Blaney fourth, Tiller in fifth, Ryan Farrell sitting back in sixth, and it looks like that's going to be it for qualifying. Nobody else going to put in a time lapse. So, and just like that, Stang going to go across the speed charts. He's going to cross the line and get 1 time lap in, as there's only about 20 seconds left. He's not going to have enough time for that second time lap. So the 71 replacement driver, fill-in driver here tonight, sitting in top of your top 5 for qualifying. We're going to break for a brief commercial break, then head trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Fireworks, flyovers, and the Freedom 74. What more could you ask for here tonight from the Turn 3 Racing Network? The IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series gets ready to fire things off for 31 laps around this almost 4-mile raceway. It is going to be a crazy good night of great road course action here. We'll begin to get a little bit closer to these drivers as they begin to make their way to the starting grid. There you can see that iRacing safety car, the pace car here tonight. We're using the road course machine. Looking pretty sweet out there. And as we get our final few drivers to the starting grid here tonight and through pre-race inspection, you'll hear those familiar bells begin to ring in the background. You know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Freedom 74 right here from Road America, taking the top spot in qualifying, lining up inside row number 1, the 74 of Wesley Jeanette. Tyler Gentry in the 7 going to start just to his outside. Gentry trying to follow up a handful of good finishes as of late, looking for yet another podium here tonight. From Road America, back in row number 3, the 88 of Chris Whitaker and Christopher Stang. Jason Blaney, John Tiller right there in row number 3. Ryan Farrell, the man that has 3 race wins in his back pocket, looking to pad that playoff points, those bonus points a little bit more here tonight. We'll see what he can get done through stage 1 and stage 2. Nicholas Pressey starting just to his outside in the 8th position. Pressey could be walking away with the overall points lead at the end of tonight's event. Joey McKinney just down the hall in the race control and admin booth. That's going to put Robert Shin as the last driver in the field here tonight. Your 9th place runner, Nick Goebel, I believe may have missed the start. We'll have to wait to see. Get word from race control, see what has happened to that 24 of a Nick Goebel, but nonetheless, we get ready to fire things off here tonight from Road America. You already heard 31 laps in the official race distance here tonight. That's just a little bit over 74 miles. of racing action going to be turned in by these Pinkett Ford Cup Series drivers. Stage 1 going to come to a close at lap number 6. Stage number 2, lap 13. So some very quick, short stages going to set things up for a decent run to the end of tonight's race. Drivers side by side, waiting at the wheel, ready to go. Here tonight, we're going to head back road course racing. We visited a road course a little bit earlier in the season, earlier this year, and we've still got a road course or two to go. Don't watch now, because this is about to go down. Ma, don't look, don't watch. We're about to speed like no other. If you thought 60 miles an hour on the freeway was something, these drivers going to be turning 75 miles an hour plus right through that corner right there. So if speed makes you cringe, you might want to look away. These drivers about to pound the pavement here tonight in Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin, for the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Pinkett Ford, providing hope and empowerment by enriching the lives of all those affected by breast cancer. A 501c3 non-profit organization. A great group of family members over there that have been through the fight, that are helping spread the word and the knowledge. You can find out some great information. Scroll on down through the description. You can click the link right there. Head on over to www.pinkettford.org. Coming around the backside of a track through the kink and heading off towards Canada Corner, we're gonna get ready to drop the hammer and go green flag racing here tonight. Who you got, race fans? Let's hear it out there in TV land. Who you got? Who's gonna go to victory lane? Who are you watching to see if they can finish tonight's race on a podium? Better yet, who's gonna be able to stay in touch with the race leaders, keeping all 4 good years on the pavement? That's the quick way around. I know it sounds silly. I know it sounds absurd. Of course you'll be faster, but it's a lot harder than what you may think it is. As the music begins to fade, we come around the final corner. iRacing pace car will duck off and we'll fire things off for the first time here tonight. Up the hill we go. Wesley Jeanette brings the field to the green flag. Long roll up the hill to the restart zone and in the Geico restart box. Green flag flies as Jeanette nails the gas. Gentry not really getting a good start on that outside lane. You'll see him fall back yet another position. That's going to open up the inside for the 17 of Jason Blaney. Whoa, Blaney has a moment. Blaney with a moment on this opening lap. That's going to move a handful of drivers into each other. Nicholas Pressey right there with John Tiller. 71 of Christopher Stang dropping 1 spot on the start already. Back to 5th. Already single file through these opening few corners here at Road America. And you're going to see some single file racing. And you're going to look for drivers that are going to be maybe biding time. Whoa, on the brakes hard. Did you see that 17? All sorts of out of shape. You got to be careful with the brakes. You burn them up too early tonight. And you're going to have a very, very long night ahead of yourself. Race leader Wesley Jeanette heading off in the distance there. You can see him beginning to break away a little bit further from Christopher Whitaker. Jason Blaney right there in the 17 machine trying to separate himself from Christopher Stang. Ryan Farrell now makes a pass for position, and Nicholas Pressey going to look to the outside. Pressey on the outside of Gentry. Can he make it stick? Can he make it work? Long sweeping carousel style corner here. This is where it's going to get tight. into the high-speed right-hander right there. They both make it through, and, well, Gentry's going to keep the position for now. Blaney has an issue and goes off track. You can see the skid marks right there. Blaney with an off-track moment. I believe he's got company. Christopher Whitaker, yes, the 88 of Christopher Whitaker from second. He's going to drop all the way back to eighth now. We'll check in with your race leader. There you can see Wesley Jeanette coming around to complete lap number 1. And he's already on a 3.5 second advantage over Christopher Stang. Ryan Farrell now takes over that third position, looking for a little bit more. Tyler Gentry almost 3 seconds back there. You can see Gentry in the distance, just crossing the start-finish line. But I tell you what, while we've got a moment, while we've got time, let's go back, check out what happened with Jason Blaney on the replay here. You can see Blaney deep into the corner and contact. That's what's got the 88 off track. Ooh, big time moment there for both of those drivers. Tell you what, let's see if we can't get one more look at it here. And just into the corner. Whitaker had no idea Blaney was coming. Blaney gets in just a little bit hot. I believe we may have an onboard camera shot. Let's go on board. Let's see if we can't see what happened here from the point of view of Jason Blaney. There you can see Blaney down into the corner, and yeah, just hard on the brakes, and it was not responding. Tough break for both him and Whitaker. As Whitaker brings his machine to pit road, we'll jump back live once again. Around the battle for that top 5 position, Nicholas Pressey has been able to get by Tyler Gentry. Pressey moves up to 4th. Stang and Farrell going at it. Let's go right here to the battle between that 71 and 43. Going to throw the track map up over there on the right-hand side of your screen for all you race fans out there. You can watch, keep track of where your favorite drivers are running, where he's at on the racetrack. 71 defending that inside lane as Ryan Farrell looks to the outside. He's going to lay the power down, look for the position through the Kings, up through the S's right here, and he's going to grab that spot with a fair amount of ease and head off into the sunset. Whitaker's still down there on pit lane, and we are hearing word Nick Goebel, a mechanical issue keeping that 24 from heading to the starting grid, so he's decided to head on up into race control, help out his fellow man, Joey McKinney, just down the hall, so we'll send some pizza and extra refreshments that way here momentarily. Halfway through stage number 1 already, lap number 3. Out of the 31 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Gaps at the front of the field already. Wesley Jeanette out to a 4-second advantage over Ryan Farrell. 2.3 second advantage for Farrell over this 71 of Christopher Stang. Nicholas Pressey, he's lurking in the background there. You can see him beginning to close the distance, inching closer and closer into one of the biggest braking points on the track. And I tell you what, I believe we got an onboard camera shot with that 71. Let's go on board with the Ford onboard camera here, looking back at yet another Ford driver here tonight. So two fast Fords in the field. The blue ovals represented well inside of your top 5. 2 of them running inside of your top 5. We've got no Toyotas to speak of. Great camera shot, great camera work from everybody back at the Turn 3 Racing Network, the headquarters, getting with these crews and drivers and seeing what kind of vantage points and views we can get. Tell you what, let's go on board now with Nicholas Pressey as he's trying to run down Christopher Stang. That is just about your only battle on track right now. Robert Shin slowly reeling in John Tiller and looking to the inside. That's where Whitaker and Blaney had trouble. These two, they sort things out and avoid any type of contact. We'll head once again back outside of the car. What do you say we jump around the track just a little bit? Let's go back to some action right here. John Tiller and Robert Shin going at it. Lap number 4 goes on the board. Lap 6, we will see the caution flag fly. So just about 8 miles away from seeing our first caution flag of the night fly here tonight. That will, fortunately enough for a handful of these drivers, group things back up together. That's going to go to serve Blaney and Gentry very well, as they've dropped a handful of positions after running very, very well early here tonight. Now you can see more trouble out there. Jason Blaney once again off track. Blaney has a big time incident. Tell you what, let's go back. Let's see how Blaney ended up back here, back behind these two drivers. Let's check on the replay. There you can see 17 going to crest the hill, and I think he's going to have a little bit of trouble under braking here. And there you can see that it just locks up and he goes around almost like a Denny Hamlin spin right there. Not too bad, no harm, no foul. Jason Blaney will drop a handful of positions as we head back up front with your race leader, Wesley Jeanette. He enjoys a 3.2 second advantage. Ryan Farrell hanging it out, man. Did you see Farrell back here in the background? Absolutely hanging it out, trying to run down Wesley Jeanette at the front of this field. Oh, and there you can see he's got trouble. Farrell pushing extremely fast, as last time around he was the fastest on the track. 2:11.14. That's going to be faster than your pole time set by that 74 of Wesley Jeanette. But with that a little bit of a slip up, with that loss of momentum, it's a lack of concentration right there. That 43 of Ryan Farrell hands over a 1+ second, and that's all it needs. One slight mess up compounds itself into a 1-2 second advantage gained by your competitor. So it's very key that you got to keep things straight. You got to keep things in between the grass lines. And I'll tell you what, looks like we've got more drivers with trouble. Let's go back, see what happened here with Nicholas Pressey moments ago. He's just going to gas it up a little bit right after he was on the curbs there. So the rear end lacking a little bit of grip, and Pressey goes off track. He'll get the ship righted and head back in the right direction after losing 2 positions. We are just about 1 lap away from the stage break, so all of these drivers going to be able to breathe a little easier, knowing that they can come to pit road, put on 4 fresh Goodyear tires, be a little bit closer to that front man right here on screen. Dominating so far here tonight is Wesley Jeanette. After snatching the pole position, Jeanette has led every single lap here tonight from Road America in the Freedom 74. And the Pinkett Ford Cup Series brought to you by the International Virtual Racing League right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. Down through the final few corners, the kinks right here. Jeanette will come uphill to turn number 14, and that's going to be it. We're going to see that caution flag fly for the end of the stage break. Ryan Farrell going to walk away with second. Third goes to Christopher Stang. What a run through the field for Stang. And there it is. There's the caution. Stage break underway here at Road America. We've got a big story to talk about, though. That 88 of Christopher Whitaker, he is still on pit road, still trying to get that machine back up to par to where he can turn in a handful of time laps. We'll see if Whitaker can even get the 88 back on track. and out there for tonight's Freedom 74. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, a wonderful 4th of July. I know me and my family enjoyed some great late times, some great fireworks shows on out there. Hope everybody stayed safe. Hope everybody still has all their fingers. And everybody going to have their fingers here tonight walking away because the pyrotechnic show done by professionals here tonight. Fireworks will come as the sun begins to set in the background later on this evening. We're going to try to get all 31 of these laps in before we see dusk fall. As drivers make their way to the back of the pace car, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a handful of bills. You know how that goes. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside as drivers head past pit road and the iRacing pace car lights have gone off. We'll get set to fire things off once again here tonight in stage number 2 in the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. It's the Freedom 74 Race 18 out of the 26 race regular season 10 playoff chase races. These drivers following the Cup Series to a T. We're going to see some great racing action upcoming here. In the next few weeks, we're heading to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the repave. That's right. New Atlanta coming at you next week. New Hampshire, followed by Pocono, the Tricky Triangle in 3 weeks' time. Then we'll head off to yet another road course. We'll head to the Indianapolis road course. That's going to be one to see for sure. I'm not sure how many of these drivers are actually familiar with that Indianapolis road course. We're typically out there on the banks running the Brickyard, but we will go road course racing this season. Here's season number 2 for the Pinkett Ford Cup Series. And we're going to head to Indianapolis road course in just a handful of weeks. And there you can see drivers getting ready to get back side by side. Ryan Farrell right there running in second. Wesley Jeanette won stage number 1, walked away with the pole position as well here tonight. So bonus points already going in his back pocket. The 74 looks to work his way a little bit further up in the point standings. 6 top 5s, 7 top 10s for Jeanette so far. Visited victory lane 1 time this season. Looking to make it a second. Will we see a repeat winner or a fresh face in victory lane? Only 2 previous race winners in the field here tonight, and they are on the front row for this restart. Watch out for Jeanette and watch out for Farrell. Drivers heading through the back side of the track, now entering Canada corner. Going to come through turn 13 in the final corner. That iRacing pace car will move off, duck on out the way, and we will fire things back off once again here from Road America. There you can see making their way through the final corners. Canada corner and turn 13, making their way in their approach now to the final corner and up this massive straightaway uphill. One of the most unique front stretches in NASCAR. An uphill front stretch, man. And just like that, pace car down and away, and here we go. We'll see the cars crest the hill. Coming right at you on the gas. Green flag flies once again here from Road America. We are already under 25 laps to go. Drivers hustling down to turn number 1. Everything looks clean and clear so far. Nicholas Pressey going to look to the inside. A little bit of a tire lockup there for the 23. They'll head towards turn 2. Now down to turn number 3. And Jeanette already building a lead, 1 second gap already over the field. They'll come through turn number 3. Everybody chasing after your pole sitter. Whoa, Pressey a little bit loose on the gas as everybody goes flying right on by. We'll get ready to head through turns number 5 and 6. Look at the battle inside. Look at Jason Blaney. That's the caution flag he needed. Blaney needed some help to get back towards the front of the field, and that caution flag got him right there. Now running back in a podium position. The 17 going to have to press hard to get up there to the tail end of Ryan Farrell or Wesley Jeanette. Field making their way through turns 7 and entering turn 8 now. You see that 88 just off in the distance. Wounded Warrior out there tonight. Christopher Whitaker listed out of tonight's race. I believe that may have been the 77 of John Tiller. Field making their way right there around turn number 10. And Ryan Farrell has caught up to Wesley Jeanette. It's going to be a close battle here around these final few corners. The Farrell all over him right now. Let's go ahead and jump that timing and scoring down to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along just like we do here. We've had a driver with a moment. Yes, indeed. The 77 of John Tiller with a little... Oh, my gosh. And did you see Farrell? Oh, and in comes Pressey, I believe. And Pressey going to catch some of that. Oh, my gosh. Ryan Farrell. Let's go back. Let's look at this one more time. On the gas and just loops it hard into those tire barriers. And look at that left front, the right front, absolutely broken, absolutely destroyed. Tell you what, let's go back. Let's take a look at Nicholas Pressey here. You can see him trying to make his way through, trying to get around. He does so, but a little bit of left front damage on that 94 now. Big time trouble as one of the fast runners here tonight gasses it up and loops it on around, and we'll head back live at the front of the field. Wesley Jeanette leads the field. Pole sitter, the 1.5 second advantage over Jason Blaney, and what a breath of fresh air for Blaney. Went from being outside of your top 5 after trouble multiple times in those opening 6 laps to now being just 1.3 seconds back from your race leader, Wesley Jeanette. Nicholas Pressey, he's still running hard here tonight. Pressey's got a little bit of ground to make up, about a 4-second gap up to Blaney, but even after the contact, even after some issues with that left front, with Ryan Farrell making contact, Pressey able to drive away from Stang, as well as Robert Shin. Tyler Gentry back in 6th, and 7th place belongs to the 77 of John Tiller. 9 drivers started tonight's race. We've already claimed 2 victims tonight. The 88 of Christopher Whitaker succumbs to the damage policy. The 88 gonna have to call it a night. Ryan Farrell, after that hard contact with the tire barriers, out of tonight's race as well. The tow truck bringing that 43 Chevy ZL1 Camaro straight to the hauler, and Ryan Farrell will continue no more. So our previous race winners in the field whittled on down a little bit. Wesley Jeanette now the solo previous race winner in this field here tonight. So we may indeed end up with a first-time winner here tonight that you can see at the bottom of your screen. Scroll it across like it was on cue right there. Scrolling across the bottom of your screen, you can see your previous race winners. And oh no, 73 with big trouble. Robert Shin with some big time damage on the front end, man. Look at that thing. It is all sorts of out of whack. Tough trouble here for Shin, and he can't get that machine turned at all. Let's go back. Let's see what happened here. Right on board with Shin. There you can see him downshifting on the brakes hard. And we've seen it right there. Oh, almost a replay of what happened with Ryan Farrell. And Shin goes to gas it up after being in the grass a little bit. And around he goes. We'll take one more look at it here from a different vantage point. Yeah, just gassing it up a little bit too much with those right side tires on on a little bit of the dirt and grass, and that was just enough to loosen up the back end of the car, and that Chevy Z01 Camaro has seen better days. Robert Shin makes his way to pit road. We'll go back live once again. Front of the field, Wesley Jeanette still leads. Jason Blaney, Christopher Stang holding out that third position. Nicholas Pressey back and forth with Tyler Gentry, rounding out your top 5. It's going to be a tall task to get by this 74 of Wesley Jeanette lap after lap. He is one of the fastest on the track last time by, turning in a 2:11.94 to Jason Blaney's 2:12.74. That is almost a 1 second advantage just on that one lap. So slowly but surely, Jeanette beginning to flex his muscles here on the road course and begin to walk away from the field once again. Let's go back to a battle for position. Let's go check out Christopher Stang going at it with Nicholas Pressey, one of your regulars here with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Stang, as mentioned, as noted earlier here tonight, one of the fill-in drivers, one of the I don't like to use the word replacement. Man, look at those rotors glow. Did you see how red those front rotors were glowing on that 94? I tell you what, we seen it here in the production booth and on screen. I know the crew chiefs and spotters have got to be seeing this, and maybe brake wear may come into play a little bit later on here tonight from Road America. You're watching the Freedom 74. And even though it looks like this 94 right here is abusing those brakes quite a bit to turn the car, he's able to stay with the 71 of Stang and not allow him to step away. Tyler Gentry lurking in the background. That 7 machine sitting 1.3 seconds behind this battle. Oh, a little loose under braking. And I don't know how Pressey was able to corral that car. You can see the big wiggles under the heavy braking by that 94 of Pressey, and he's going to close right in. He's going to close right to the bumper. The final corner here will come up the hill, and caution flag will fly. That's going to be the end of stage number 2. And guess who? Winner, winner, chicken dinner, front of the field. Once again, at the end of the stage here tonight, tougher than woodpecker lips out there to pass. I tell you what, Wesley Jeanette ain't playing around. He's come for a checkered flag here tonight, picking up both green and white checker flags to signify the stage ends. Also walked away with the pole position, so Wesley Jeanette dominating here tonight. He's going to walk away, or could potentially walk away with the most laps led as well. So yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be one of those nights. Field's going to catch up to the back of the pace car, and pit road will be opened up this time by Wesley Jeanette, leading every single lap so far here tonight. And, you know, sitting and looking at this top 10 in the point standings, there's a lot of drivers here that can make up a lot of good ground. Nicholas Pressey could possibly take over the overall points lead. Tyler Gentry. How about Gentry? He may be able to make a splash inside of the top 10 after a good run here tonight. John Tiller, perfect night for that. 77 to try to make up a handful of points and begin to leapfrog drivers in your overall point standings, as only 9 drivers came to the track here tonight. It's a good week to gain some points on your fellow competitors. And a handful of these drivers will do so. Robert Shin still down on pit road trying to fix up his machine. We'll see if he can't get it back out there on the track. But Shin already going to be listed multiple laps down by the time he's able to rejoin the racetrack. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot on the line coming down these final few races of the regular season. Once again, we'll remind you of your point standings, of your points championship standings right there. There you can see Nicholas Pressey sitting in that 4th position. May not be able to gain all 29 points he needs, but he is going to have a very good shot at walking into Atlanta as your overall points leader. As Jaden Gimble not in the field here tonight, Gimble could possibly lose that top spot, that overall points championship. As drivers head down pit road, we'll head to a brief commercial break, pay some of the final few bills here tonight. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
in backtrack side live as promised. As the iRacing pace car lights go off, we'll get set and are ready to fire things back off here tonight from Road America's. A few drivers heading down pit road to top off with fuel. Front row a little different. We've got a new race leader for the first time here tonight, taking advantage of the pit stop. Jason Blaney will roll off of pit road first and lead. Wesley Jeanette backed to the green flag. Is the first time tonight that we've seen a different race leader. The first time that Jeanette is truly going to have to pass a driver. Nicholas Pressey will line up in a third. It's going to be a race off of pit road. And how about John Tiller? Tiller making his way inside the top five. Tiller going to round out your top four with Christopher Stang right there in fifth. Tyler Gentry in sixth. And Robert Shin still on pit road, beating, banging away, trying to massage some fenders. And I think they're going to need a lot of bare bond and possibly some Bondo. You might have to get the Gorilla Glue out here tonight in the Freedom 74 from Road America. You're watching the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. Drivers making their way through and towards the backside of the track. They'll get ready to make their way through the final handful of corners and get ready to go back. Green flag racing will have 16 laps remaining when we go back. Green flag racing. Which one of these drivers is going to be able to capitalize on the short field of drivers here tonight? Who's going to walk away with a race win? Will we see a new race winner punch their ticket to the postseason by winning at the road course? Wesley Jeanette up at the front of the field. He's been dominant all night. Your pole sitter, your stage 1 and stage 2 winner. Jeanette, for the first time here tonight, has to start from second place. He'll still start front row, but it's a little different when you're not controlling the restart of these stages. And it's going to be one final stage, the longest one of the night. We'll see how drivers' tires fare over the course of these next 16 laps. And I think they're going to be able to go on fuel. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but it's going to be, how much time do you give up? I mean, it's a 4-mile track. Do you really need those tires? If you don't, I say gamble. I say roll the dice. I say you stay out. You don't come back down to pit road unless you absolutely have to. And you may find yourself as the fresh face in victory lane here tonight from Road America in the Freedom 74 for the International Virtual Racing League Pinkett Ford Cup Series. And there you go, pace car out the way, and here we go, ready to drop the green flag once again. Drivers make the uphill climb and get ready to drop the hammer. And there it is, green flag flies once again here tonight from Road America. Jason Blaney fires off well. Nicholas Pressey with a great restart. He'll look to the inside of Wesley Jeanette. Now Jeanette in territory he hasn't seen at all here tonight. Ooh, little bit of a mix-up right there through turn number 1. They'll head over the hill, down turn number 2, and into turn 3. Still side by side, battling for position is Jeanette and Pressey, and that is just allowing Jason Blaney to step off in the distance. Jeanette going to secure that second position by the time they work their way off of turn number 4. Down into the heavy braking zone, downhill, and Pressey going to have a look to the inside. Brakes locking up, tires smoking and all, and Pressey cannot get the job done that time around. Great look to the inside for Pressy, just unfortunately not able to get the car slowed up enough, and he's going to have to flat spot him to keep it out of that 74 of Wesley Jeanette. Jeanette now with the breathing room. He needs to focus in on front. Jason Blaney has already got a 2-second advantage. So Jeanette has an uphill climb, the likes of which he has yet to see here tonight. We're going to keep our eyes on him. We're going to see if he's going to be able to get the speed inside of that 74. Having to really use some of the gun off the tires on their restart. And Jason Blaney looks to capitalize. Blaney looking to walk away into the sunset. Come back around hill for sure. Whoa! And we'll hold our tongue on that one. We were going to say he's for sure going to lead this opening lap back to the green flag, but moments like that, you better not have too many of them. Almost a 1-second gap erased with that one mistake, and running a little bit wide once again through the final corner. Blaney going to give up just a little more ground now to Jeanette. Running in second, knocking on the door of a 1-second deficit, and that's going to get eaten up in a hurry from Jeanette. Pressy right there holding down a solid third place run. Christopher Stang, last driver in the background of your screen. He's got himself a pretty good run over John Tiller. And what's happened to Nicholas Pressy? He's had an off-track moment. He's going to drop not just 1, 2, but 3 positions after that off-track excursion. And while we've got a moment, no, let's go right here. Let's go right here first before we head to that replay, guys, because the 7 of Tyler Gentry qualified outside pole position, fell deep through the field, and that Bass Pro Shops tracker number 7. Gentry now back inside of your top 5, sitting in 4th. He's got to get 2 more spots just to get back where he started tonight's race. And he's got a long way to go. 6.4 second gap just between him and Christopher Stang. Almost a 12-second gap to your race leader, Jason Blaney. So a long night ahead of this 7 of Tyler Gentry, and let's go now. Let's see if we can go to the replay. Let's see what happened with that 94 of Nicholas Pressy, the Ford Mustang. Heads down into the corner, and just locks him up way too quick. That car never stood a chance. The brakes never stood a chance. And Pressy looks like he's pro trucking it out there. These are pros, but not in the stadium trucks. I don't believe these machines were built for that. And Pressy going to get it back on track and headed back in the right direction. Still got some good speed inside of that Ford Mustang. So look for Pressy to try to run down a spot back inside of your top 5. We'll head back live at the front of your field. Jason Blaney leads everybody, but look at the gap. It is now under 1 second, and Wesley Jeanette going to turn in the fastest lap of the race. Last time around, a 2:11.12. That is even faster. Well, obviously, it's faster than the fastest lap of the race. He just said it took that title away, but that is almost... That's getting in the territory of almost 3/10 faster than our qualifying time, than our pole time. Although that 74 of Wesley Jeanette was your pole sitter, there apparently was more speed in the car. There was more time to be had. Jeanette laying down a scorcher, 2:11.12, now the fast time here in race trim. We're going to stay right here for a moment, race fans. We're going to watch to see if this gap gets any closer between your top 2 drivers, Jason Blaney and Wesley Jeanette, running first and second on the track. Blaney gained the top spot with a little bit of pit road strategy, got him out front. Then Jeanette had a big time battle with Nicholas Pressey for about a lap and a half before he was able to separate himself. And what was over a 2-second advantage has now dwindled to just a half a second. These Clark Racing drivers putting on one heck of a show. Man, that 17, that's the corner right there. That is the struggle spot for the 17. Definitely on board the struggle bus right there through that particular section of the track. Speaking of section of the track, tell you what, why don't we go ahead and make it easy for some of you race fans out there. Let's go ahead and throw that track map back up to the bottom left-hand side of your screen. There you can see. Oh, and opening the door like that, kind of inviting that 74 of Jeanette. Go ahead. Go down to that inside. Leave your room and then kind of pinching off the corner, diamonding the corner almost. If we were at an oval track, that's kind of the line that 17 just ran through turns 1 and 2. Man, we have been privileged. Look at that. Beautiful camera shot downhill, left-hander. You can see both the drivers pushing the limits of their brakes. The brake rotors glowing red, scorching hot here as they continue to mix things up. We have been privileged to get a great race battle here at the front of the field. You can hear him getting on the gas and up through the corners. I tell you what, let's jump on board now with that 74 of Wesley Jeanette. Let's go to a view we have yet to see here tonight. Let's go on board with the driver of the 74, your pole sitter, your stage 1 and 2 winner. This corner right here. Listen to that off throttle time. If you're a fan of, a big fan of motorsports, you may have tuned in to the IndyCar race just about a week or two ago right here at Road America. That corner, they were wide open. Not going to do it in these heavy NASCAR next-gen machines. You can hear them with that, a ton of off-throttle time. You can see the rear end of the car twitching just a little bit when you lay down the hammer. A bit slideways there. You can see some rubber being put down by your race leader, Jason Blaney, just nice and smooth through the final corner for Jeanette. He's going to gain a little bit. Will he have a look? No, let's stay right here, guys. Let's stay right here. Let's see if Jeanette has a look from inside the cockpit or no. Looks like Jeanette just content to kind of run his line right now, focus in on where he's going. All the way down to second gear. We'll crest the hill and down into third. Back into second gear here. Squeeze the throttle, accelerate up through the gears, back to third. We'll hit fourth right here before we end up switching back down into, well, the drivers may go all the way to fifth here. And no, Jeanette's just going to wind it out in fourth, all the way back down to what could be a first gear. Well, Jeanette's going to keep it in second right there. Nice turn in to corner entry. What a battle. We got to go back outside the car, man. This is getting way too good not to show you race fans from outside of the car. With 12 laps remaining here at Road America, that is over. Well, it's right at the 50-mile mark. I mean, that's crazy when you're thinking about it that way. 12 laps to go, and we still got almost 50 miles to drive here at Road America. Almost a 4-mile circuit, 3.98 what it's listed at here at on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you're looking for some great racing action, if you're looking to get the realest thing out there besides spending some of your hard-earned dollars on some big race parts, head on over to iRacing.com. Tracks, cars, laser scanned precision. You can feel every bump, every bang, every pitch and roll in these corners. whether it's on the road courses, the high banks, or you're running those stadium trucks. Maybe dirt tracking's your thing. We got that too right here with the wing sprints. Non-wing sprints, we've got modifieds, big blocks, late models, super late models. We've got the NOS Energy 410 wing sprint car machines as well. Everything right here. And we've got to look to the inside. Jeanette going to show the nose to Blaney, get him a little bit worried down into turn number 1. Not going to be close enough to complete that pass, but if you want to drive it, we've got it. Head on over to iRacing.com. And we asked it, we spoke about it earlier here tonight. Will we see a repeat winner? Or will we see a new first-time winner here tonight in race number 18 at Road America for the International Virtual Racing League's Pinkett Ford Cup Series? And we've got both scenarios playing out right in front of our eyes right here at Road America. The man leading the race snatched that top spot with some pit road strategy. Blaney has not been to victory lane, but he's looking to get there here tonight. The man right behind him on track, heating his rear bumper up, making that rear view camera full. The 74 of Wesley Jeanette looking to get that top spot back after walking away with the podium. Both stage wins belong to the 74 as well. He's looking to get yet another race win into his back pocket here tonight in the Freedom 74. Oh, contact into the corner and the teammates touch. Ho, 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 ho. The meetings tomorrow are not going to be pretty inside of the headquarters. Jeanette and Blaney touch. Contact between teammates, and off track goes that 17. That's going to be some big time issues. Blaney used up just a little bit through that corner, and I'm sure, you know, I'm not trying to stir no pots or nothing like that, but I'm sure that 74 of Jeanette didn't mean to get into the teammate, didn't mean to push him off the track like that, but I'm sure he's also enjoying being back out front with a 4-second advantage. Big time trouble there for Blaney and Jeanette, and it looks like Blaney bearing the brunt after contact with his teammate. Tell you what, let's go back. Let's see if we got that one back on camera. Once again, we'll get a good look here, and Jeanette just looks to the inside, and there it is, contact. You can see him on the brakes hard. Those brake rotors glowing red, but just not enough to stop. Not enough to bring him to the speed that he was going to need to stay out of his teammate. We'll take one more look at it, and yeah, right there it is. Once again, yeah, just a little bit too deep into the corner, and that's going to be it. So we'll head back live at the front of the field. Wesley Jeanette now enjoying almost a 10-second advantage, man. That is... he's gone. And Nicholas Pressey has a moment here on lap number 22. Pressey with an off-track moment. Let's go back. Let's see what happened here with that 94 of Nicholas Pressey. Oh, and on the brakes with the right sides on the grass. That's never going to work out. 94 of Pressey has a little bit of a Tokyo drift going on here at Road America. We'll head back up front with Jason Blaney sitting in second. He's bringing that stopwatch back the other way. It was over 8 seconds moments ago for Wesley Jeanette, already down to 7.5 seconds. Does Blaney have enough time? We're going to have 9 laps to go this time around as Wesley Jeanette already making his way up the hill and crossing the line this time by. 9 laps remaining. Will it be enough for Blaney to run him down? We'll head back up with your race leader. Nobody around, nobody in front. Long way back to the 17. The 17 enjoys just about the same distance back to the 71 of Christopher Stang. And then it's going to be a big gap from Stang back to Nicholas Pressey, the 94. We've seen him have multiple moments here in this final stage. And it's going to be hard for Pressey to even get back up there to Stang to challenge for that third and final spot on the podium positions here. Pressey sitting about 8 seconds behind your third place runner. So Stang looking secure, looking solid here tonight as the fill-in driver. On to walk away with a podium. Keeping our eye on the track, making sure everybody's keeping it straight out there, and it looks like Jason Blaney has an off-track moment, and Blaney gonna give up even more time to Jeanette now. And what do you do if you're Wesley Jeanette? Sure, you've got one race win in your back pocket here, but do you reel it in? Do you back it down at all? When you're in a rhythm, when you're in the zone, when you're locked in, any deviation may potentially hurt the way things are going. So do you stay attacking these corners the way that we've seen this 74 of Wesley Jeanette do all race long? Or with this big 12-plus second advantage, do you radio your driver? As a crew chief and spotter, do you radio your driver and say, hey, look, we've got a huge gap here. Let's just make sure we keep it on the pavement. If you got to slow it down a little bit to keep it on the pavement and be 100% sure we don't go around. If you got to wait just another half a second or so before you get back on the gas, do so. Let's bring this thing on home. Big race lead. And now it's going to be a huge race lead as Blaney, Stang, and Pressey come to pit road for green flag pit stops with just 8 laps to go. Tyler Gentry in the 7, he stayed out on track. 25-second plus advantage for Jeanette now. I mean, it's tough to save gas at a road course, but with a 25-second gap to the man running in second, you got some time. You got some gap that you can kind of play with a little bit. Christopher Stang's the first driver off of pit lane. He'll regain that third and final podium position here. Gonna be listed just about a half a lap down here tonight. Nicholas Pressey gonna take over that fourth spot as damage control in play for that 17 of Jason Blaney. He's going to give up 2 positions, and he's going to fall back to 5th. And John Tiller actually going to grab a spot as he goes by, as Blaney works his way off of pit road and getting up to speed. Will we see Jeanette, Gentry, or Tiller to pit lane for one more time here tonight? I mean, if you're Gentry, you got yourself right at about a 29, 30-second gap, give or take a little bit there. And yeah, race leader to pit road. Race leader to pit road. Pit road delta right about 53 seconds coming to pit road. He had a 58-second advantage over Christopher Stang, who is your first driver on the fresh tires. I tell you what, let's go back here, follow this 71 Ford Mustang around the track. Let's see where he's going to shake out. How quick can Jeanette get his service done here tonight from Road America? It's the final, it's the final stop, and a big moment there for the 71. That's not what you want when you're on a hammer down lap trying to close the gap. You don't want that. You can, that is an ill-afforded mistake by the 71, and I believe that very well may allow not only Jeanette to get back up to speed and on track in that top spot, but I believe the 7 of Tyler Gentry may be able to walk out of here with third. And he's not going to be able to get his pit stop done in time. Gentry just beginning to roll from his pit box. So he's going to drop from that second position now back to third, and Pressey goes by. Move Gentry back to fourth. And there you see just that one mistake. Look at the gap now. Christopher Stang was able to gain a position through this green flag pit cycle. He went from third to second, but he's given up time to Wesley Jeanette. So it looks like it's all but over here tonight. Wesley Jeanette, as long as he can keep this thing on track and keep it clean, for all intents and purposes, he will be the road course king here tonight at Road America in the Freedom 74. You're watching the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series, your race leader, your pole sitter, your stage 1 and stage 2 winner right here, holding down the fort at the front. The 74 of Wesley Jeanette looks to head back to victory lane. Driver running in second. Fill-in driver here tonight, representing his driver well, Christopher Stang, with a great run tonight, up 2 positions from where he qualified in fourth. Stang now sits in second. Just off in the distance, just off in the background, you can see this man right here. Beautiful paint scheme on that 94. The man straight out of New York City getting it done out here in the Northwest. Country kind of towns out here. And Nicholas Pressey doing his best Harry Houdini impression right there. Magic Man, now you see him, now you don't. Electrical issues fixed, ironed, and worked out for the 94. Will cross the line. 6 laps remaining as Nicholas Pressey sits in third. Back running in the fourth position here tonight is that 7. Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats. Number 7 of Tyler Gentry. Great run here tonight for Gentry. Had a good strategy going on there. Was almost able to leapfrog a handful of drivers and walk away with second position after the green flag pit cycle. Unfortunately, just a little bit slower of a stop in the box for Gentry. That's going to drop him out of the podium positions and back to fourth. He's got a long way to go to try to catch up with Nicholas Pressey or Christopher Stang. Jason Blaney right here rounding out your top 5. The driver out of Jacksonville, Florida, looking to get his Fueled Up Motorsports machine a little bit closer to the front. But Blaney with trouble multiple times here tonight. It's going to be an uphill climb, and I don't think he's going to have nearly the time. That'll do it for your driver highlights and spotlights. Your top 5 highlighted here tonight with just 6 laps remaining. Let's go back to what could be a battle. We've got some action beginning to brew here at Road America in the final few laps, and, well, it's going to be short-lived action at that. Oh, I spoke too soon. Nicholas Pressey all sorts of out of shape in the braking zone. 7 of Stang able to keep the position for the time being. Nicholas Pressey going to haul off into the corner after him once again. The 94 looking to take that second position away. Going to have a look to the inside. Not quite going to have the line that he needs. Drivers off the final corner. Back up the uphill section of the front stretch. Going to cross the line. It's the high. How are ya? High five from the boss man at the flag stand. Just 5 laps remaining here tonight from Road America over 20 miles still to go, race fans. That is absolutely, it's unbelievable, ain't it? 5 laps, 20 miles. My gosh. Nicholas Pressey with a great pass. The 71 looking to get back by Stang, not able to do so. Going to kick up a few blades of grass as he tries to run down that 94 of Nicholas Pressey. Stang just not able to do anything with him here. And what has happened to Nicholas Pressey? An off-track moment. Oh my goodness. He's going to give up that second position. He's going to give it a big time. Now 3, almost 4 seconds back. Let's go see what happened with Pressey. Down into the corner, and you can see him just overcooks it now into the gravel trap, and it is a long slide back to the grass. Oh man, that's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one to deal with. That's going to be a tough one to live with there for Nicholas Pressey, solidly in the second position. Now going to drop back to third. Biggest and best thing, no contact with anything out there for Nicholas Pressey. So I got to look at things from a silver lining standpoint. Pressey going to walk away as your biggest mover here tonight, gaining 5 positions throughout tonight's race. And walking away with a podium as well as we sit. And we'll cross the line with just 4 laps to go. Dominating performance here tonight from Wesley Jeanette. He will sweep. Well, he's got 4 more laps, over 8 miles to finish this thing off. Assuming he's able to do so. And there you see those brakes giving way a little bit. The 74 may have an issue. A 21-second advantage over Christopher Stang right now, but an issue into a hard braking zone for that 74 of Wesley Jeanette. Has he used up those rotors a little bit too much too soon? Trying to check some of the drivers out through the field, and it looks like everybody has a bit of a gap to overcome. A little bit of a gap, for lack of better terms. Over a 20-second advantage for Jeanette over Christopher Stang. Stang has just about the same. Back to Pressey, or I apologize, no, Nicholas Pressey able to close back in to just 2.2 seconds from that second place runner, Tyler Gentry. And the 7 starting to eyeball a top 3 spot. 6.5 seconds behind Pressey, but Gentry mathematically may be able to get the job done with just 3 laps remaining here from Road America, race number 18 of the 36 race season here with the IVRL Pinkett Ford Cup Series. You're watching season 2, race 18. It's the Freedom 74 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're just joining us. What a night for Wesley Jeanette. He has been absolutely lights out. Pole position to pole stage wins. And he's got himself, well, there you can see that deficit. He's got a ton of time that he can play with here over the course of these next few laps. And again, it goes back to my question. Do you tell them to back it down at all? Do you possibly end up forcing a mistake by trying to be too conservative? I mean, we've seen it happen at other tracks where drivers, they get locked in, they get going, they get running well, they build themselves a race lead, and then they begin to try to, I don't want to say manage, they begin to try to, manage their equipment. Not necessarily drive slower, but they begin to try to take it a little bit easier on those brakes, a little bit easier on that throttle in those shifts. And we've seen it cause trouble. Will we see it cause trouble here tonight, or will Wesley Jeanette just keep it hammered down at the front of this field? Jeanette gonna cross the line, and we'll see popsicle sticks on display for your race leader. Wesley Jeanette takes 2 to go here from Road America. And you know, we'd have to go back and check the stat book, race fans, but I believe this may just be the second, maybe third time so far this season that we've seen any one driver walk away with not only the pole position, but both stage wins and the race win. So putting himself in that elite column here in season number 2 is Wesley Jeanette with this lights out performance from Road America. And this is not a track that a lot of drivers are really that accustomed to. Most of your 10 tops, your heavy machines, your NASCAR style, I call them 10 tops because that's what the road course racers, that's what your open wheel IndyCar racers call these machines, are the heavy 10 tops because, well, they're heavy and they got a top. Just saying. Pretty obvious. Anyways, back on track. You know, if you're able to lead and dominate like this, walk away with all these stage wins, you deserve to be an elite company. Oh, Jeanette, way down through the gears on that one. He's going to come through the final few corners and up to turn number 14. He's going to have 4. We'll call it 4.25 miles to go here tonight. Coming up the hill right at you. We'll see the white flag fly this time by as Wesley Jeanette crosses the line. It's the white flag. Final lap, the 1 to go. Brought to you by the IVRL and PinkettFord.com. Pinkett Ford, one of our great sponsors here this season, our title sponsor, coming on board for the 2nd year in a row with the IVRL Racing League right here on iRacing.com. It's been one heck of a season, one heck of a night, that is for sure. Want to give a big shout out also to the other sponsors here with the series. Big shout out to HMG Innovations as well as Butt Kicker. But first and foremost, without you, we couldn't be getting this done here tonight from Road America. That's Pinkett Ford, PinkettFord.org. Pinkett Ford, providing hope and empowerment by enriching the lives of all those affected by breast cancer. Pinkett Ford, an approved 501c3 nonprofit organization comprised of 4 family members, 3 cousins, and a daughter. 3 of them breast cancer survivors, and 1 who's doing everything and anything, well, everything she can in her power to gain the knowledge that she needs to be able to prevent herself from falling victim to this deadly, pretty common, unfortunately, disease that is breast cancer. We all know somebody that knows somebody, or we personally know somebody that has had to battle and go through the tough times that are those days. And if you're looking for some great information, some great outlets, someone to talk to, look no further than pinketforward.org. Once again, that's www.pinketforward.org. And up the hill for the final time, heading his way towards the checkered flag. We'll make it official this time by, and he'll cross the stripe. Wesley Jeanette takes the race win and will sweep the event here tonight in the Freedom 74. Nicholas Pressey gonna walk away second. Christopher Stang back there in third. Tyler Gentry rounds out your top four. Jason Blaney gonna finish in fifth. Sixth place tonight belongs to John Tyler. Robert Shin, Ryan Farrell, and Christopher Whitaker round out your running order here tonight. What a night, what a race here from Road America. Some great battles out there all over the track, all spread out through tonight's race. But the man of the moment, the man of the hour, getting it done, snatching that second checkered flag of the season. And Wesley Jeanette going to pull to the side for some of the fans out there in the stands there. You can see him sold out, packed house here at Road America. And some of these fans getting a fine treat with a bit of a smoke show. With that all being said, we're going to step away, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside here from Road America at the Freedom 74. All 31 laps in the bag. What a night. What a race. I tell you what, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Let's get to your podium drivers, and it looks like prior obligations are going to keep Christopher Stang from being able to get to his post-race interview, but we're going to give this man a big shout-out. Fill-in driver coming on the scene here tonight, running well, finishing inside the top three. Stang may be one of those road course ringers that we've got to watch out for when we head to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to go road course racing at Indy, so watch out for Stang to possibly be yet another fill-in driver here tonight. He'll walk away in third, and that's going to move us right along. Let's see if we can't dial up and have a word or two with the driver inside of that 94 Ford Mustang, walking away with second here tonight. Nicholas, it's Dave. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a solid night here tonight, walking away second?
You know, I wish more people were here tonight. Road America is a wonderful track, and it's always fun to race with these guys. Um, I wish Brown or Egdahl or you know, like even like Darlin or like a lot of guys weren't here tonight that I like racing. Um, and as fun as it was, I think it would have been more fun with those guys around.
Well, I can understand that thought process and the feelings behind it. More cars makes for the most part, some better racing, and get to mix it up, rub a little fenders with a handful of other drivers out there tonight. But, I mean, even at that, though, you're still walking away second here tonight. A big shot in the arm in the point standings for you. So, moving over the course of these next few weeks here, Nicholas, how are you feeling about your shots to work yourself into that top spot and maybe challenge Gimbal for the regular season points championship?
If I'm correct, I should have the top spot. Unfortunately, Gimbal wasn't here tonight. He's also fun to race. But hopefully I'll have an easier time driving than I did tonight. The long master cylinders I had didn't make it easy on me, as I'm sure you saw in the broadcast.
Yeah, braking looked like it needed a little bit more space to get the car woed up as compared to some of the competitors out there. But sometimes you miss it just a little bit on the setup side of things, and it means it means everything really, especially on a road course. Tenths of seconds become multiple seconds. So yeah, we got you on that one. We understand that one. The brake's a little bit off for you here tonight.
Yeah. I really do hope I didn't inconvenience anyone with the way I was driving. I know I made a lot of mistakes tonight. These are really good people, so I wouldn't want to upset them with the way I'm driving because they like me, I like them. They're really good guys. So hopefully I'll have a better go at next week. Maybe get something in the win column at Atlanta.
Well, again, congratulations on the second place here tonight, Nicholas. As you already alluded to, we're going to head to Atlanta Motor Speedway next week, then off to some short track racing, or I'll call it short track racing at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and then one of my favorite places, because it's only got 3 turns, is the Tricky Triangle. So over the next 3 weeks, we look to try to catch up with you again in these post-race interviews. But until then, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
My friend in Colorado, she watches the races actually when she has the time. Um, it's really cool. A lot of my friends here in New York as well, they also watch it. I missed last week's race because my flight back to New York got canceled. Um, so I'm really glad that I got to see my friends again. Uh, And hopefully, I'm going to be seeing some of my friends this week. They all like to watch the races. I want to shout them all out. The sponsors, Fan Fuel, and SCTs as usual. By the way, I know you like the paint schemes I made. Do you know what this week's is a reference to?
Oh, this week you're gonna put me on the spot. I do not.
Um, I'll give you a hint. Uh, there's a show, an anime, or a book called JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Um, this is a reference to part 7 of that series. Guy in the Hood's actually the president of the United States in that whole thing. It's fun. It's a good read. It's a good read.
Well, we'll have to check that out. I've got a few buddies that probably know exactly about it. I'll ask them about it, and we'll see what they come up with. And you never know, I might have a little tidbit of knowledge for you on that one when we talk again. But nonetheless, Nicholas, congratulations on a great second place run here tonight, and we'll see if you can't follow it up with another one next week at Atlanta.
Thank you as always, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the man inside of that 94, Nicholas Pressey, with a good run. Happy, but a little bit down. We didn't have a few more competitors out there to mix things up with here tonight, but nonetheless, he's still going to walk away with second place points and should take over the overall points lead. We'll have to wait to see how that all shakes out, and that's going to move us right along now to the driver that walked away in the top spot here tonight. Let's see if we can't grab a few quick words with the driver inside of that 74 machine, Wesley Jeanette. It's Dave in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing great, my man. You feeling good in there? Second race win in the bag now.
Yeah, feel great.
Well, you came into tonight's race a little bit further down in the overall point standing, still inside of the top 10. This race win should catapult you pretty far up in those point standings. I would say maybe somewhere around that 5th or 6th position with this win in the bag. All right, we've got 3 very different tracks coming up in the next, well, we'll go ahead and say 4 weeks, 4 very different tracks. Heading to Atlanta, New Hampshire, Pocono, then back road course racing. If you had to circle one of those 4 in the calendar when we're going to talk to you right here in Victory Lane again, which one do you think it would be?
I hope Pocono. I really like. Well, I hope all of them actually, but Pocono.
You can't win them all.
Yeah, Pocono is one of my favorite tracks though, so I'll enjoy racing there, whatever happens. But yeah, if I can. Yeah, anytime I can get in here, I'm definitely grateful. So,
well, it was an absolutely lights out performance for you and the 74 crew here tonight. You walked away pole position. You won stage 1 and stage 2. Walked away with the race win. So a clean sweep here tonight. But let's, not to stir up anything, but let's talk about the contact between you and your teammate there. With about, I would say, maybe 9 laps or so to go. Walk us through that little skirmish, so to speak.
Yeah, that was. So I noticed coming through there, I was a little quicker than him in that section, so I thought I could get up beside him before we got to that turn, and unfortunately, I just didn't quite get there, and he didn't see me, so. I'll have to go back and look at it, but yeah, I felt horrible about that. But stuff happens in racing. He was a big guy about it, so. But yeah, it happened. But I think we're good though. He's not going to kick me off the team or nothing. So.
Well, it's a good thing to still have a teammate when we go back to some of the oval tracks in the upcoming future here. I know things are going to get taken care of and ironed out over there. With you boys, so nothing to worry about there. No controversy to get started. Just a little bit of mix-up between two teammates racing hard. Great racing action at the front, Wesley. Again, congratulations on the race win in your second of the season. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, give anybody any shout-outs maybe back home or at the shop?
Yeah. As always, thank you and the admins and fellow racers, and like to apologize for all the stuff that's been going on in the last race for any part I had in that. A lot of misunderstandings, I believe, but But yeah, and my teammates fueled up, and Clark Heating and Cooling on the car. That's my brother-in-law's heating and cooling business here in Dixon. Swift Home Buyers and Venue Radio, and my kids for leaving me alone long enough to come up here and race. So,
Man, I need some tips on how to get that done.
well, it's a toss-up every night. So
I hear
I got about 3 calls actually during this race, so I had to ignore them. Then they know I'm up here racing, but they can't help themselves. But yeah.
Well, again, man, always a pleasure to catch up with you in post-race interviews. Always a pleasure to watch you out there on the track. Wesley, congratulations on the checkered flag and your second win of the season. And we'll look to see if we can't catch up with you in these next few weeks. And until then, my man, stay safe and stay fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from Wesley Jeanette, walking away with the checkered flag here tonight. Win number 2 on the year. And you heard it from him. A little bit of contact with the teammate. They'll discuss things, look things over, and move on. No hard feelings between the teammates. So good to hear that. And Wesley, with another fine run here tonight, slowly plugging his way back towards the top 5 in the overall point standings, and that's going to pretty much be it. That's going to pretty much do it for us here tonight from Road America. There's only a handful of things left to do here tonight. And that's run down your unofficial race results as the producers hit those buttons in the background. You know the familiar sounds and tunes. You know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Road America in the Freedom 74 in the International Virtual Racing League's Pinkett Ford Cup Series top spot from flag to flag. Walking away with the pole position, both stage wins, and the race win, the 74 of Wesley Jeanette parks it in victory lane. Nicholas Pressey inside the 94 machine. He'll walk away in second. Third place tonight belongs to fill-in driver inside of that 71 machine, Christopher Stay. Tyler Gentry, Jason Blaney round out your top 5. John Tiller in the 77 brings that machine home in 6th. 7th belongs to Robert Shin. Ryan Farrell back in 8th. And rounding out your 9-car field here tonight from Road America in the Freedom 74, Christopher Whitaker. Big tip of the cap to our admins and race control just down the hall, Joey McKinney and Nick, joined by Nick Goebel here tonight from Road America. And that's going to be it, race fans. If you haven't already, you already know what we about to do. You know you want to join us in that push to 3,000. Show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here in the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So as we begin to close up shop, roll up the cords, cut off the lights, and get ready to head to Atlanta Motor Speedway, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.